And Sterling knows that what I'm talking about. You can make a girl do what she needs to do.
Just don't get married though.
You can build a woman.
Don't get married
for sure.
Yeah, you could definitely build a woman in the West. I agree. You know, it's a little riskier, harder.
Right.
But you know, because you have all these conventions in place that can fuck you up.
Right.
And she might agree with these conventions, but I agree with you that it can be done.
It can be done.
And we say build a woman for a reason, because every single woman, no matter whether she's from Poland, Ukraine, or the United States, is built. You do not find good women. The idea you're going to go out there and just stumble upon some perfect creature, that's a fallacy. And that's a fallacy you need to remove from your mind instantly.
Yes, you build a good relationship. You do not find it. It's not, there's no such thing as a turnkey relationship.
Correct. Absolutely. You have to build it. And that means you have to be man enough to build one, right? That's just the reality of it. So all these people who are out there constantly looking for a girl who behaves perfectly. And I've heard some stupid advice from a bunch of other people. I don't want to say names. I had some guy with a blue check mark message me on Twitter, and he was like, look, I'm trying to find a girl who understands to behave right, and I'm trying to find a girl who's done the self-work and is introspective and has been to therapy and understands. I was like, bro, I don't know what planet you're on. You can't even get a girl who's hot. That's not on a girl who's hot and been to therapy and is going to listen to a dork like you. Yeah, that's the reason girls aren't listening to you, is because you're a nerd. Right? That's the reality of it. If you want a good relationship, you're going to have to build a good relationship. And females aren't stupid. You know, for you to be authoritarian, for them to look it up to you with authority, you have to show some competence. They're not going to completely bend over and comply with you just because you have a dick. Right. And that's what this TragCon crap is. This idea that, well, I'm a man, she's a woman, so she obeys me no matter what. Most of you men aren't men. Yeah. And that's why she doesn't listen to you. Because I'm telling you, if you meet a woman who's half good and you're the big G, she'll behave.
Shit goes away. And Andrew says all the time that respect equals love. And I believe that fear equals respect equals love.
Yes.
So she needs to know that if she does anything outside of the framework of what you want, her shit's at the road.
Yep.
And if she knows that for a fact and she can respect you, Andrew's dead on about that. It does. Respect absolutely equals love.
100%. 100%. The same thing. Women, listen, a woman hasn't got to like you. She has to respect you. I have women who respect me and hate me, and I still fuck them. So she just has to look at you and go, you know, I can't stand you, but you are the man.
I get that question all the time. Like when guys say, how do I establish boundaries in my relationship? I say, you just do it. You actually, there have to be consequences, right? The most common question I get from guys is like, my girlfriend wants to go on a girls' night out, or she wants to go on a weekend to Vegas with her girlfriends and stuff. And she's asking me if it's okay with me if she goes. I'm like, you know what? The answer to that is yes, let her go. And then when she comes back, all her shit's out on the fucking sidewalk when she comes back. Because it's not about like ultimatums, because ultimatums are essentially declarations of powerlessness. What you have to do is demonstrate the fucking power. That's what you have to do. And so there has to be consequences. Let the child touch the hot stove so that it understands that that's the boundary for where you're going. Demonstrate, do not explicate. And I don't know how many times I've answered that question where guys are like, well, what should I say? Should I be okay? Because I don't want to seem like I'm insecure in my masculinity for letting her go. But then again, I don't want her to go, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, let her go, kick her shit out, because it's not about the conversation you're having. It's about the fact that she wants to do it in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
Why does she want to do it?
That's the problem. Once you get there, it's too late.
Too late.
That frame should have already been set.
Yeah, the decision's already made.
Yeah. And you have to rewire her brain. So I've never had that exact scenario, but if I have a scenario like that where a girl's trying to do something I'm not comfortable with, let's say I get a brand new girl, she's a male friend, that kind of thing. I'll sit there, and my threat as such, it's certainly not an ultimatum, because Rollo's right. My threat as such is to take her less seriously. So I'll just say, look, the kind of girl I'd take seriously wouldn't do that. I'm not here to tell you what to do. Do what you want. But the kind of girl I'd be serious about doesn't act that way. And if she sits and goes, well, I still want to go. I've told her I will not take you seriously if you do it, and she still wants to do it. Well, that tells me all I need to know about my relationship with that girl.
Queen sacrifice.
That queen sacrifice. If she sits and goes, well, why wouldn't you take me seriously? Listen, I'm older than you. I'm smarter than you. I'm wiser than you. I've been around the block. I know what I'm doing. And girls who act that way are not the kind of girl I can have a serious future and relationship with. It's a choice you must make. It's binary. You can't act in certain ways and also have my respect and my hope for a future with you. So which one's more important? You can make that decision. If she still walks out the door after saying that kind of shit, then man, you need to get yourself a new one.
And one thing that he does, if you notice, you look really closely, is he does not get upset. He does not show emotion. He does not let her drag emotion out of her right there. He just promptly tells her, hey, listen, if you're going to be that way, I can't take you seriously.
That's it.
So
don't get upset.
That way
don't
she can't upset him or us or whomever.
Yeah.
And so because she can't get that emotion out of us, and you just tell her matter of fact, she can't say you're an ass. She can't say you're yelling at her or anything. And I believe that's a big part of why it works.
That's the best way to do it, because women, man, you also, another thing you have to understand about chicks, especially the ones who live in the modern world. Look at the Fresh and Fit podcast, right? They come here and they're addicted to drama. All they watch on TV is drama. All they see on Instagram is drama. Sometimes they want drama. They want emotions. They want arguments. Sometimes they'll say that crap about Vegas just trying to annoy you. They may not even mean it. They want all that emotion from you. But the problem is, if they can control your emotionality, if they can upset you to some degree, they have a level of control over you. So you have to be very, very careful getting angry at women. People, because I get called horrible names all the time, people have this idea that I'm out here screaming at girls, et cetera, et cetera. It's the absolute opposite. I'll just sit there and say, look, girls who act that way are not girls I take seriously. I'm making it clear to you because I like you. I want us to be together. But if you're going to do these kind of things, I can't take you seriously.
Right.
So, I've been around the block. I know what I'm doing. That's my personal decision because I know what I'm looking for in a relationship. You can decide if you want to go Vegas or if you want to stay with me. We'll watch some movies. We'll chill. We'll hang out. It's your decision to make. Boom. And and this is the point, which most men don't understand. If you say that to a girl and she still goes,
she's going to do it anyway.
Yeah. And then you need to look in the mirror and accept I have no power. And if you have no power, then it's only a matter of time till it's over. Hey, I'm not saying don't stop fucking her. I'm not saying don't keep her, but start looking for a replacement because the clock is ticking, my friend.
Yeah.
The clock is ticking. Because with my girls, if I say, look, if you wear red lipstick, I don't take you seriously, I'll never see red lipstick again. Because all they want to do is please me.
Right.
So if she's still acting in a way she knows upsets you, man, you need to start looking. But Rollo's right. These guys don't set boundaries. They ask how they set boundaries. They know the answer is to just set a boundary and act on it. They won't act on it. So they come on here trying to ask for some magic solution where they don't have to enforce a boundary they set.
For an answer they already know.
Exactly.
And Rollo,
exactly.
just want to have join in burning desire because they want to keep you.
Right.
And I want to say this real quick too. You guys all made fantastic points. I like the fact that you brought up fear because when we bring girls on a panel, I always say if a woman truly loves, admires, and respects you, every other guy is going to be invisible to her. You know what I'm saying? She's not even going to have an eye for other men because women want quality and they think they got the best. They're not going to go for anyone else. And if respect is the house, fear is the foundation. And you need that foundation of fear. And I always say to guys on the pod, hey, she needs to have the fear in God that you can leave her at any time, and that's a woman behave. I always say, Future, the song, bitch, don't get too comfortable. When a woman isn't comfortable, she behaves correctly because she knows you have other women in line. And the problem is that a lot of guys in the West, especially,
they quit
and they don't understand the basic concept that women cannot love you without respect. A woman's love cannot exist without respect being there first. And then that respect is derived from the fear of losing you.
Right.
Well, a lot of guys think, well, she likes me, she's hanging out with me, but they don't understand she might not necessarily respect them. That's when she's going out to the club still, she's fielding her options. You're just a temporary fix to her real need to find the best option that she can get. You're just a placeholder, which a lot of boyfriends are just placeholders, and they're not willing to accept that. So guys need to literally, when I said, I went viral, you want to know the sad state of the West right now? I went viral on TikTok last year for saying, you need to punish bad behavior for women. Oh, am I a dog? Punish? What are you talking about? And that's how I got the name Frank Castle. But it's a forgotten art to hold women accountable for their poor decisions when they're in a relationship with you guys. You're the leader.
She's the follower. We used to call that dread, right? I mean, I've got 2 chapters in the first book. It's just, Dread Games is what it was called. And we weren't calling it fear because maybe it was, dread was maybe a more apt term for it. But it's we
don't mean smacking chicks, guys.
It's competition. Yeah, it's exactly. Because when you say fear, she needs to fear me. What's the first thing that jumps into women's mind? Oh, you're an abuser, right?
No.
And it's not that. No. And so when I'm talking about like dread, people gave me so much shit about like even calling it dread at that time. And there's a difference between like, say, active dread where you're like, look, bitch, you're going to do this and you're going to do what I tell you to do. That's active, like overt dread. And then there's a kind of dread where it's like her girlfriends say, oh, Myron's pretty hot, man. I'd get with him if you weren't with him. Like that kind of third party, like pre-selection kind of dread where it's like she values like, oh, well, I better, be on my best behavior because all my girlfriends want to fuck him too. You're the man that other men want to be and other women want to bang. And you don't have to like push that in their face all the time because it's already there and self-evident. That's passive third-party dread. So when they're seeing that reinforced around them, that's what makes you valuable, and that's what inspires the respect on top of that. Right?
And you can also instill guilt in them, and that's another thing. You can instill guilt in them. So if a girl comes to me and says, so this was about a year ago, I was in Romania. A girl said she wanted to go to some festival. I said, I don't think good girls go to festivals. I didn't think you were that kind of girl. She goes, what do you mean that kind of girl? All my friends go to festivals. I was like, but there's different kinds of girls out there. I didn't think you were that kind of girl. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you or your friends, but I thought you were a more serious type of girl. She goes, well, I am serious. I said, would your mother go to a festival without your father? She's like,
Oh,
well,
man.
no. I was like, I don't know. I just, and I'll say it in a very nonchalant. I'll just be like, oh, I don't know. I thought you weren't that kind of girl, but if you want to go, and then
dagger.
you bang, and you got to put it on them that way so they know it's a choice they're making that's going to devalue themselves in your eyes. Women try very, very hard for you to idolize them. They want to look beautiful. They want you to look at them and think they're amazing. If you're trying to say your choices will lower your value in my eyes, and they truly love you, they're not going to take the choice, right? It's only if they don't give a shit what you think of them that they're going to take that choice.
Yep.
And this is the problem with most men today. They'll do exactly what I just said. The girl will go anyway, prove they have no respect for the dude, and then he won't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And he won't do anything about it, and he'll just go, okay, maybe next time. And that's not how it works. And I know it's, a lot of guys come to me all the time. Hey, I really love this chick. She doesn't act right. What do I do? If she's never going to act right and she's going to bang dudes, what can you do besides just be a man and leave? Like sometimes that's unfortunately the answer. There's no magic bullet.
It's the last line of respect.
Yep.
It's your last chance.
Yep.
It's your last chance of respect.
That's the last line of respect. If you're going to tolerate anything,
Yeah.
what
It's the last line.
are you going to do?
I'll read
Okay.
these chats real quick, and then guys, from this point forward, we're gonna go 50 and up,
50
and there's
and up.
already like almost 7,000 you guys in here. So please do
Like
me a
the
quick
video, man.
favor
Sub to
and
the
like the
channel.
video, man, and sub to the channel,
Yep.
and sub to all these guys' channels. As y'all can see, we got a lot of heat right here. Okay. So, and thank you guys so much. All this money will be spent on hookers and cocaine that are from Miami. No, I'm just kidding.
Now, guys,
Zach Hooks.
Just real quick,
Mhm.
we are literally 3K away from hitting 500K.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a
See?
big party in Miami. It's
Do
gonna be
it.
Yo, do it
crazy.
on his panel,
now,
guys.
guys.
Do it on his panel.
3K away.
Sub to the channel.
There you go.
Okay, $20. Zach Hooks. I'm spinning multiple plates. What's the best way to let